right, so getting back to Derrick Henry, again, Seahole smash hole not really applying to him. Right now, he's RB 17 in total fantasy scoring. He was saved by a touchdown. He was miserable, like the entire Baltimore Ravens offense was with Cooper Rush at the helm this week. They're just looking disarray. They're discombobulated. They're broken. They're irreparable, seemingly. And Henry's still seeing a sizable opportunity share at 69.2%, though he's only number 36 in yards created per touch, 22 in yak per attempt. He's only forced 4 missed tackles on 64 rush attempts, but his next 3 games, and there is a bye week sandwich in here, he gets the Rams, number 20 in rush EPAD, then the bye, then the Bears. We know how miserable and lousy they have been in run defense at number 23 in rush EPA, and then at Miami, equally lousy at number 29 in that category. So could be better days ahead. But I think he desperately needs to get his dude back, and that being Lamar Jackson under center. So, Horvat, let me ask you this. Would you make this trade? These are real one-for-one deals that have been agreed upon in Yahoo leagues over the last 24 hours. Derrick Henry or Kenneth Walker III, who would you rather have rest of the season?
I would rather have Derrick Henry still.
Yeah, I'm still going with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry or Cam Scattaboo?
I would rather have Derrick Henry still.
I'm going Scattaboo. Derrick Henry or Rome Odunze?
Oh. Ooh. I have a running back need, so I want Derrick Henry.
Rome Odunze. Last one. Derrick Henry or Jamar Chase?
God, I want nothing. Derrick Henry.
Can I plead the fifth on that one? I mean, Jamar Chase cleaned up at garbage time. That's the only way he's going to be able to score any points. I guess Henry, but it's reluctant, that backing on the football Frankenstein. Your general thoughts on Derrick Henry?
Yeah, man, and Keaton Mitchell came back. I don't think he's going to steal any touches, but I'm excited to see what he could do if he could actually stay healthy. So, like you said, the market hasn't given up on the Ravens. They're actually still the favorites to win the division, and I think that's because the thought process is Lamar Jackson comes back. You brought up those matchups. I'm going to hold right now on Derrick Henry. Luckily enough, man, in the league where my dynasty league, I really needed a running back, I found a guy that's team hadn't won a game. So I traded 2 first-round picks for Jonathan Taylor, and then he scores 3 touchdowns. But before I had actually made a lower offer, a second-round pick for Derrick Henry, it was turned down. I get the better back. The kid lost his mind, so I got lucky. But I wanted him because of this upcoming schedule, and I don't think the offense could look any worse, even if it is Cooper Rush behind center. And eventually Lamar will be back. So I'm going to hold on Derrick Henry because of those 3 matchups. And that bye week, I think, is going to be really refreshing for that entire offense.
Yeah, I mean, he could be a buy candidate, quite frankly, depending on the price tag. I mean, you might be able to get him for like 60, 70 cents on the dollar right now, but those matchups are coming. If you have him on roster, like, I got to get rid of this dude. I got to sell. I say pump the brakes on that belief because, again, L.A., number 20 rush EPAD, then the bye, then the Bears at number 23 rush EPAD, and then Miami. And I know it's on the road, but they're just awful in the trenches, number 29 in rush EPAD. So better days certainly ahead. Got to get Lamar Jackson back and healthy. How about Rico Arena? Suave. Rico Dowdle, man, didn't dawdle at all. Had the second best performance by a running back on the ground in Carolina Panthers history yesterday against those aforementioned Miami Dolphins, going for 206 yards in the game, tying Jonathan Stewart in the category. D'Angelo Williams, the franchise leader, at 218 in the game. Next 3 contests coming up. I guess the Dallas Cowboys, I love that. At home, at the Jets, doubly love that. And then Buffalo, all of those teams bottom 10 in rush EPA defense this season. Dowdle, after 1 game, essentially, has now vaulted to RB 26 in overall value. I had 234 combined yards in that one yesterday. He's now RB 3 in yak per attempt with a handsome 4.35 in that category. He's forced 11 missed tackles on only 51 rush attempts. Horvy, here are your market guys to compare to. Tell me you'd rather have rest of the season. These are real trades, folks, that have been agreed upon in Yahoo Leagues in the last 24 hours. Rico Dowdle or DeAndre Swift?
For me, DeAndre Swift, because there's not much competition.
I'm still going to go with Dowdle. I know Chuba's day-to-day, according to Canales, but he may siphon off more of that opportunity share. They may really slow play it with Chuba Hubbard. How about Rico Dowdle or, let's see, A.J. Brown?
Oh, man. I'll go A.J. Brown.
I'll go A.J. Brown. Last one, Rico Dowdle or Keenan Allen?
Ooh, that's a really tough one, man. Probably Keenan Allen, honestly. Yeah, Keenan Allen for me, though.
Yeah, unless you have if you're Dire Straits or running back, I get it. But I would rather have Keenan Allen as well. He's a supreme king of consistency, always getting 60 yards and almost a touchdown every other week, catching 5-6 balls, very valuable and high floor there in PPR. Thoughts on Rico Dowdle in an outstanding, nearly historic performance yesterday?
Coming into the season, man, I thought there was a good chance that he could be a cut candidate only because they used a 4th-round pick on Trevor Etienne, but he only had 17 offensive snaps the first 4 weeks, most of those in garbage time. Calf injury holds out Hubbard, Chuba, obviously. So I do think, you at least get him this week, and that's a great matchup going against Dallas. But then when Hubbard comes back, I think he probably goes back to being the lead back. But who knows, man? I mean, 23 carries for 206 yards, also caught 3 balls for 28. Maybe we do see a 50-50 workload there. So yeah. I don't want to give up too much, but I would look to maybe either, buy low or I would hold right now because I really like the way that he ran the football yesterday.
Yeah, look, if he smashes again against the Dallas Cowboys, which seems like a foregone conclusion, I think at a minimum it's going to be 50-50 timeshare rest of season. All right, let's talk to a guy that's also in a timeshare right now. Bill, also known as Jacory Croskey-Merritt of the Washington Commanders. Outstanding day yesterday. He's now RB19 overall in the season. Went for $150 in total yards with a pair of touchdowns against the Chargers. He's now RB2 in yak per attempt on the season. He's forced 10 missed tackles. Outstanding there on 43 rush attempts. Next 3 games, the Bears, again, number 23 in rush EPAD. The Cowboys on the road at number 24 in rush EPAD. And then the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead. They are dead last in rush EPAD. So tell me you'd rather have rest of the season. Again, real trades that have occurred in the last 24 hours. Jacory Croskey-Merritt or Garrett Wilson?
Croskey-Merritt.
I'll take Garrett Wilson. JCM or J.K. Dobbins?
Bill.
J.K. Dobbins, but it's really close. JCM or Darren Waller?
Bill. JCM.
Chances are JCM is going to be like the 4th or 5th running back on that roster, and somebody may have a tight end need. I would go JCM too, but it would make sense. It'd be an even deal if you made it straight up. Your thoughts on Jacory Croskey-Merritt? Another outstanding performance for him yesterday.
Yeah, all my buddies out here love this kid, that cover the team, and I get why, man. He had his first 100-yard rushing game. He spent the first 4 weeks with either Eckler or Chris Rodriguez starting the game, playing the first 2 drives, and then he came in. But even though, Jeremy McNichols is going to be the 3rd down back, it looks like, the receiving back, even without Austin Eckler, he still played on early downs. The first 2 drives this week had a season high 47.5% of the offensive snaps. And, that would scare me a little bit, like him, especially in PPR leagues, not getting the targets or not playing on the 3rd downs. But who else doesn't play 3rd downs? ETN, James Cook, Breece Hall, Chase Brown. So if he's getting 70% of the early down looks, I kind of like Croskey-Merritt, man. I was really impressed with him yesterday. So maybe I was just wrong coming into the year. I didn't want to be a believer, but I like his skill set a lot. I liked him in college. Just didn't see a whole lot of him, but damn, he looked really good yesterday.
Look, I'll accept my error, and it was certainly egregious. I wasn't a believer in JCM. I thought the hype was just out of control. I thought it was deafening. I thought people were extending that go-go gadget arm and grabbing him in like round 6 and 7 of drafts in August. We're making a colossal mistake. My bad. Oops, I'm a boob. I misfired on that. I thought Chris Rodriguez would actually have a substantial role, and he was an afterthought yesterday. JCM has been great. Via the visuals, also via the advanced analytics. I am now a buyer and a believer through and through, especially the next 3 games. Terrific schedule. Your buy low opportunity is gone. Bye-bye.